deep down, why do you think you had 15 visits from 4 Federal agencies in a 2-year time frame after you applied? Deep down, why do you think you were targeted?
I think I was targeted because of my political beliefs.
Because of your conservative political beliefs. You know, I think it's actually, though, a little bigger. My guess is you were targeted because of your political beliefs, yes, but also because you were effective. It was working, right? True, the vote was having an impact. You were cleaning up voter rolls, right? You were educating people about how we should have free and fair, honest elections. You were praised by attorney generals all over the country, secretary of states. I'm looking at this, I'm looking at, you even had a program to, an outreach program to Hispanic Americans, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they targeted you because it was working. They said, well, we can't have this. Here's a conservative who's making an impact. That's why you were targeted. And all while this is going on, the President is saying things. After the Citizens United, the President's making all kinds of statements. He says things like, we got shadowy groups getting involved in elections. This is August 21st, 2010. Attack ads run by shadowy groups. Foreign-controlled corporations can be involved. This is a problem for democracy, a threat to our democracy. Ms. Gerritsen, you haven't talked much. Let me ask you this. Is the Wetumpka Tea Party a shadowy group?
No.
Are you not? You're not secret, are you?
No.
Everyone knows who you are down home, right?
That's right.
You don't have any foreign corporations helping you out, do you?
No. We don't even have any corporate money helping us.
Are you trying to threaten any democracy?
No.
You're trying to promote democracy, right? Just like Ms. Engelbrecht's doing.
Right.
You want honest elections. You want people to respect the Constitution. Are you a threat at all to the democracy? Problem for the democracy? Of course not. And yet you were targeted, in Ms. Engelbrecht's case, 4 Federal agencies in a couple-year time frame. None of them had ever had any interaction with her before. But suddenly, she's filed for tax-exempt status, and she's having an impact, and you're having an impact, and suddenly the President's making all these statements, and here comes the full weight of the federal government down on 2 ladies exercising their constitutional First Amendment political speech rights. And the minority says we shouldn't have this hearing, let you tell your story, and the minority tells us we shouldn't have Barbara Bosserman come in here, who's heading the investigation, and won't even give us the idea of who's heading it up if they haven't even talked to you. Which makes me I want to ask one other question here. Mr. Sekulow.
Yes, sir.
One of the many questions that your clients and Ms. Mitchell's clients got, I'm just going to read one, but there are all kinds of questions. I mean, we're talking about political groups involved in political activity, so they ask all these questions. One of the questions was, do you have a relationship with any candidate for public office?
Right.
Now think about this. They're asking Ms. Gerritsen,
right,
Ms. Engelbrecht, and a boatload of other people across this country if they have a connection. But the person investigating this target has a connection with the most powerful individual in this country. Less than 1/10 of 1% of the American people give max-out contributions to a political candidate. That's who's heading the investigation. Now, if that's not irony, I don't know what is.
It's not only irony. In our view, and I said this again with no disrespect to Ms. Bosserman and her career at the Department of Justice.
I don't have any either.
It raised serious ethical concerns that she may well have brought up and the Department of Justice chose to ignore. But you look at the scope of the questions that were asked, which were way outside of legitimate inquiry. I mean, incredible.
I've looked at it.
And you look at cases like NAACP versus Alabama, NAACP versus Flowers, and others. There's a whole host of them. Because what was happening in those cases was exactly what was happening here. Government agencies were targeting groups to try to intimidate them into silence, in those particular cases, the NAACP, by saying things like, we'd like to see your membership list. Who do you talk to? What conversations with legislatures do you have? This has been going on since 1950. It didn't work out too good for the state of Alabama when they tried that to the NAACP. It shouldn't work out for the Department of Treasury, IRS either.
Great point. I just got one other question for you, and then we're going to have to recess and go vote. This is all going on. You're an individual who's represented, as you pointed out, to the minority. You've represented the American Civil Liberties Union. You've represented Democrats. You've been in front of the Supreme Court. You've seen all kinds of things.
Yes,
your history. Cletus get the same kind of. I want to know, do you think this changed the impact of the 2012 presidential election?
I think there is evidence, American Enterprise Institute and others have put forward evidence that the groups being intimidated or even not recognized had a significant impact on that election. I think it's very well possible. We don't have the, we haven't had a trial on this yet.
I understand. I'm just
but
asking your opinion.
very
Do you
well
think-
possible that the 2012 election was impacted by an aggressive, continuous, and systematic intimidation factor by the IRS, with applications still pending, Mr. Chairman, for 3 years.